Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie Johnson. In this video I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful Bubu of mine. You can see how beautiful. If this is what you would like to learn, then let's get started, okay? Here I have my 3 yards of Ankara, and the length here is 45 inches, and here I have the yardage, which is 3 inches. Okay, so I'll be folding along the yardage side. Okay, so I'll just ensure that I fold in total this way by bringing the 2 ends together. Can you see? So bringing the 2 ends together. So this is what I have. I will fold again. Okay, now I just want to say that your folding actually depends on your desired length. The length of the Ankara generally is 45 inches. So if you want to maintain the length of 45 inches, you can go ahead and just fold it this way. But if you know that you want something longer than 45 inches, then I will not advise you fold this way, because folding this way, it means that this is the folded part. The opening part is on the other side. So can you see? So I folded like 2 times. Now look at. Can you see? So here will be the center front, and my length usually by folding this way, it will give me just 45 inches. I wish to have my length, okay, to be more than 45 inches, if that makes sense. Yeah. So what I'm going to do right now, because it is Ankara, the way you fold is a bit limited, unlike when you have normal fabric that has 60 inches as its length. But this is Ankara, is 45, and there's nothing we can do about it. So you have to just think of what to do so as to be able to increase your length, right? So now this is 45, and I don't want 45 inches as my length. So what I would do is to turn it this way, okay, and open it up again. Just open it up to the beginning. Yeah. So this is what I have. So instead of folding along the yardage side, the selvage side, I will fold like this. I will fold the length. Okay, so this is the length. Can you see? This is where you cut. So it's my length, and it's just 45. So I'll just put it this way. I'll double it this way, and make sure I double it all from the beginning, from the top to the bottom. Okay, just to have something like this from here to to the very end. So as you can see, I have folded my Ankara or fabric this way. Can you see? Just once this way, and doing it this way, after adjusting it, ensure that it is firm and well laid. Then you can now measure your desired length. Okay, so my desired length is 60 inches, including the seam allowance, the hemming allowance, everything 60 inches. So I'll just measure 60 inches from here down, or probably from here, maybe like half an inch down. So it depends on how you want it, but just for you to have an idea, okay, of how to fold. So this is what I am doing right now. So I'll just measure 60 inches, to the very bottom before folding. Okay. So my 60 inches is around here. My 60 inches is around here. So I'll just mark it that way. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I can now fold. Okay, so I'll just hold this line here and fold this over. The only problem I have here is that if I'm going by 60 inches as my length, then I would be needing more than 3 yards. Okay, you remember that I said my fabric is 3 yards. Okay, and 3 yards, that's 36 times 3. That's 108. So 108 divided by 2 is 54. Can you see? It's not even up to 60 inches. All right, so that is the issue that you may have. So instead of using 3 yards, and you want your length to be like 60, then you will be needing 3.5 yards. Okay, so I would advise that if you are using 60 inches as your length, then I would advise you use 3.5 yards, because by the time you use 3.5 yards, you will be left, you will have like excess, just a little, above 3.5, sorry, a little above what you desire, and which is just 6 inches. So that means it's not bad. Okay. All right, so let's move on. I will not be using 60 inches because my fabric is not enough. I have just 3 yards here. So what I would do is just to you know, make do with what I have, I will fold it equally, okay? So, you know, the down part will be on the same level, both the first fold and the second fold. So that's what I'll be doing. I will be needing scarf. So all I will do is just to measure like few inches, you know, from either the front or the back. So I can just measure like maybe like 10 inches, okay, and cut it this way from the back. Then after that, I will, you know, fold it again so that the two ends can be on the same level. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'll be using just this to tie my hair. Okay, so this is what I have. This part, this is the folded part, and here I have the, you know, the opened part. And this folded part is going to be my center front and my center back. Okay, this area is going to be my neck area. All right, so now I'll be measuring my 3 inches. This is my 3 inches, okay? From this edge now, let me measure what I have to the very end. That's 22, okay? This bubu does not have a separate sleeve. So it's a kind of 2-in-1. You cut the sleeve, the body, everything together. So to be able to decide or determine what measurement to use for your sleeve then you have to measure from the middle of your back neck, okay? You measure from there, you know, all the way to your shoulder, then down to your arm. Then you just decide or you determine how long you want the sleeve part to be. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So for me, I need to just make use of what I have, okay? So from here to here is what I have, and I'm going to use everything, okay? You know that from the middle of my shoulder to this area should be my shoulder measurement. You know, my shoulder to shoulder measurement is going to be divided by 2. So, for example, mine is 16 and divided by 2 is 8. So, for example, if I'm to measure like 8 from this edge to this point, so I'll have 8 inches. So, the remaining now will be for my sleeve. I hope you understand. But if you want it shorter than this, then you can just trim out, okay? So, this is from here to here is 3 inches, all right? So, and from these 3 inches, all the way down, okay? So I'll just come here and come down by 1.25, okay? So this is my 1.25. Or you come down by 1.5, then you make use of your ruler and connect this point and this point together. All right, so this is what I have. Can you see? Okay, so from here to here, 3 inches. Then from here, from the 3 inches to the very last point here. I hope you can see. All right, so I just came down by 1.25 here and connected it, okay? So now to my neck depth. All right, so, but before I insert my neck depth measurement, I'm going to just measure the remaining measurements, you know, that I'm going to be adding to these 3 inches, okay? So I'll just add 1 inch to it. So to make 4. So altogether I have 4 inches as my neck width, okay? So then from here I'll come down by 6.5. I don't want it too low at all. So I'll do 6.5. Okay? I'll do 6.5. And instead of even doing 4 inches, I can reduce it. I can do half an inch. So to make 3.5. Now, this depends on your preference, okay? So if you want a wider neck, then you can do 4 inches. So just add 1 inch to it this way. Then you come down by 7 inches or even 8 inches if you don't mind. But for me, I don't want it wide. I don't want it too wide. So I prefer to just do it this way. Please, just ignore this line. Ignore this line. This is it. Half inch added to my 3 inches. So I'll just make use of my curve ruler and curve it out. So I'll connect from here This is it. Then for the opening, okay, so I'll just come down from here like 1.5 inches. But before I do that, I'm going to measure from here to this point like 2 inches or even 2.5. Let me do 2.5. Then mind you, you need to consider your shoulder to shoulder measurement. Now, my shoulder to shoulder measurement is 8 inches. Can you see? So, and the opening should start before you even get to your shoulder point. I hope you understand. So if my shoulder to shoulder measurement is around here, okay, so the opening should have started like 2 inches or, depends, before the shoulder, so that it will just like come down. But it depends. It all depends on what you actually want. So from here to here, I have 2.5 inches. Can you see? So 2.5 inches. And I'll measure the 2.5 inches like 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches. Now, for my opening, I will measure from this slope. I'll measure 1.5 inches. I'll measure 1.5 inches from the slope. Can you see? 1.5 inches. Okay. So then you can now measure from here to wherever you want the opening to stop. Okay. So I would measure from here. I can do like 6 inches or 6.5. I can do. Let me do 6.5 or probably 6 inches. Okay. So this is 6.5, right? So you just curve it this way. Now, if you want the opening to be very wide, now according to the picture, you can see that there's, a higher gap from here down. Okay, so you can do 3 inches maximum. Do 3 inches because you don't want it to be too open. So or 2.5 or 2 inches, as the case may be. But mine is just 1.5. I don't want too much opening. Okay, so I'm just doing this according to what I want. So you do your own according to how you want it, right? So just curve it this way, or you make use of your curve ruler. So don't make the curve too deep. Okay, so this is what I have. Then I'm done with this part, right? So I'll come here, from here to here. I will insert my sleeve opening. So my sleeve opening, I can do like 11 inches because I'm a plus size person, or I do 10. Okay, let me do 10. Okay, so if you're a small size person, you can do like 8, 9, 7. It depends on what you want actually. So, but don't make it too big. So it depends on what you actually want. You can as well, maybe after, deciding how much you want, and probably you test it, you can still open it a bit more. Okay, so mine is from here. I have 10 inches. Okay. So this is what I have. Can you see? And that is all about it. So all I need to do is to notch this part, because that is where my sleeve opening will end. Okay. All I need to do now is to cut out. Okay. All I need to do now is to pin this and set aside. So I will cut. Now, you can see one will represent my back, one will represent my front. Okay, so I have both the back and the front cut together. Okay, so once I'm done with the cutting, I will separate the fabric. Okay, so and I will place one on another, right side to right side. Okay, so I'll place this on it. Okay, so this is what I will be working with right now. So all I need to do is to sew this point and use my bias for the opening, the part that will be open. Is either I use the black or I use the orange. Okay, so this is very important. So right now the neck part that I cut out, I'll be placing it on a folded shining face this way, making sure that the folded is aligning, the folded part is aligning, you know, with the one with the other fabric. So this is it. I'll be cutting 4. So 2 will be for the front and 2 for the back. And this line I added 1/4 of an inch on the neckline. Okay, while the rest sides I added 1/2 an inch. So, but I will be stitching 1/2 an inch, okay, instead of 1/4. I hope you understand, so that the neckline can come down a little. So now that I have joined it, and here I have also used my bias tape to tape, and of course you can see how neat it is right now. So, and I've also stitched this side, so I'll be folding here, you know, folding it over this way and sewing. So this is how I'm going to be finishing the armhole area. Okay, so this is what I have, and I need to join, you know, to finish my neck. So this is how I'll be placing it, one for the front and the other for the back, this way. So this is how it will look. So now I'll be placing this right side to right side. You can see what I'm doing. I'm stitching the shoulders, the 2 shoulders. I'll be joining it this way, okay? So now once I'm done with the shoulders, I will just pick one and place it right side to right side and stitch as well, okay? But I will pin first. I will pin it first to avoid confusion. I hope you understand. So here I have pinned it. I have not even sewn. You can see my pins, okay? This I have pinned all round. Okay, so the closing is going to be on the wrong side. So you can see what I did there. You remember I measured 1.5 from the shoulder down. So, and of course, I took 1/2 an inch as the seam allowance. So altogether, the depth here is 2 inches and not 1.5. You remember I cut it out. I didn't even bother to add seam allowance. So, but I later, you know, took out 1/2 an inch to sew. So, which means altogether, it is 2 inches. I hope you understand my point. So you can see how I pinned all round. So all I will do now is to stitch round. Okay, I'll stitch round both the African print, the Ankara, and the shining face, you know, the orange fabric. So this is what I have, and here I had already stitched, and now to close it up on the wrong side, so I'll be putting it this way and covering it with the upper one. Okay, the seam allowance will be inside while this other one will cover it up. I hope you understand, and you will sew all around. Here I haven't sewn, but I have pinned everything, including the open part. You can see. So I have pinned all round, and I will be stitching all round. Okay, and once I'm done stitching, I will just, you know, fold the side this way, the armhole side, and stitch. And once I stitch, I will take note of my notch where my sleeve is going to be ending. Okay, so this is what I will do. So I can just, you know, come down by 1/2 an inch to make 10.5 or probably 11, as the case may be. My scarf, you remember I cut part of the length to have this. So what I did was just to divide it into 2 and attached this orange fabric in between the 2 pieces. Can you see? So that at least it will be longer and it will be very easy to tie because it's longer. Okay, so this is the sleeve opening. So to join the rest of the fabric from where the sleeve opening ends, so you can see, so I just marked where I wanted to sew this line. So from here I stitched. Then what I did first was to measure from this point into the fabric 1.5. So from here to this point is 1.5. All right, 1.5, because by the time I measured how much I folded in, it's about 1 inch. So I just added like ½ inch to it to make 1.5. So from here inward 1.5. So when I just you know, drew the line this way right from here. Okay, so I drew the line this way and, you know, brought it down a little this way. So I now curved it from this point. I curved it this way. Okay, so when I started stitching, I didn't come straight. I started stitching from here, and when I got to this point, I curved it. Can you see how I curved it? Okay, so this is, and I curved it like this and stitched all the way down. Okay, so what I will just do is to pick my scissors, and this is the stitch line. So from here I will just start cutting from about ½ inch below. Then I will cut curving it this way, because I'm still going to overlock. So you can see what I did here. Can you see? Can you see the curve? So I'll overlock from here, curve it this way, and that will be all. Let me show you how this side looks on the right side. Can you see what I'm trying to say? Can you see? Can you see the effect it's giving me? I've not ironed this. I'm still going to steam this side so that it will lay very well. And once I'm done with the overlocking, and before I iron it, I'll hem the down parts and now put it on for you to see. Okay? Hello guys, thanks so much for watching my video. God bless you. Bye.